Hello, everyone. I am Jack Hudson, and welcome back to another Horror Reacts. Now, I did a previous Horror Reacts. It was a pretty long one. This one's going to be much shorter because this is a single video, not multitude of videos. But that one, I covered the original FNAF VHS. Sorry, I'm distracted. My room is I'm so sorry you had to see. It's amazing. I managed to get a girlfriend. But what this video is about, Nightmind, which is a very popular horror react YouTube channel, recently did kind of a, I forget what it's called exactly, but the link will be down in this description below. Basically, he did a showcase of a lot of less known horror short films or analog horror projects, and he showcased them, and one really stuck out to me. This one is called The Kid and the Camera, and it's by, let me take a look, Grumbled Entertainment. Now, this channel seems to have been abandoned like 9 years ago. I'm assuming the creator was like maybe 14 or something when he created this, and now recently 2 months ago he posted this new short horror, and I feel like it's pretty great. Basically, it's kind of like a stop motion analog horror in a way, which is really fascinating because it's something I've thought about too, because analog horror is all about nostalgia and stuff. And I was actually a brief story time here. I'll put time codes in the description if you don't care about this at all. But basically, when I was a kid, I was terrified of the Nightmare on Elm Street. Or sorry, well, yeah, I was terrified about of that too, but A Nightmare Before Christmas, because, you know, I assumed as a kid it was because of Jack Skellington, but really it was the stop motion style. I was just very eerie and afraid of it. Now it's one of my favorite animations now, but I think my biggest fear, you know, I have a fear of like dolls and stuff like that, like creepy dolls and stuff. It just terrifies me. But like if I, you know, like swimming out of the ocean, I don't care about that stuff, you know, but like I think I'm afraid of the uncanny valley. Now, what is the uncanny valley? The uncanny valley is basically something that is supposed to look realistic, but is obviously fake. Stop motion is a great example. Some really bad CGI, like, is a really good example. Something that's trying to portray itself as realistic. I'll put up the definition here. That's just my definition of it. And this horror short, I've already seen it. I've already watched it. And I watched it this morning with the lights off. I have very good curtains where like they pretty much block out the sunlight, and I had to pretty much like turn on my lights and open the blindfolds because I mean this thing is terrifying. I was thinking about it watching it last night, but thank God I didn't, because I would have gotten like no sleep. This is like my true like fear is like this kind of thing. But we're gonna watch it anyways for views. So again, I would say watch the video first before you even watch this video. Watch it in its full, so that way you can follow along with me and kind of my theories on what's going on here. And yeah, just enjoy this reaction. Please make sure to go over to Grumbled Entertainment. Again, his channel will be linked in the description below, and subscribe to him. This video has been slowly getting more and more views. I think last night I saw it was 14K, now it's 16K, and he's slowly getting to 1,000 subscribers. So please, let's boost him up. I think he has a Newgrounds profile as well. I'll put that link in the description below. Please follow this man and watch this video in full first. He deserves the views, and then come back here. Anyways, let's get right to it. Oh, I like the crinkle and the VHS effect. Also, the TVY is very accurate, and I love the little tiny toe thing at the bottom. It's very nostalgic. This is like a VHS you would get like from a
Once upon a star, there lived a boy named Caleb. He was a happy little tot of 6 years old, and on his birthday he received a very special gift.
I just want to commentate on the animation, because, you know, stop motion, for those of you who don't know, it's basically taking a bunch of pictures of single movements. So say my hand is right here, I would take a picture, move it slightly here, move it slightly here, move it slightly here, creating motion. That's how original motion pictures were made. Video cameras are essentially just taking a bunch of pictures simultaneously at the same time to create motion. Now with digital stuff, it's kind of changed, but back in the day, that's how Wallace and Gromit. That's all stop motion and stuff like that. And to do that for an analog horror, especially a 7-minute one, it takes forever. Like for example, Nightmare Before Christmas is only like a 90-minute film, and it took like 4 years to make because this is a grueling and very like long process. Like especially like with the Wes Anderson, Mr. Fox, and Isle of Dogs, so it took a long time. In fact, most recently, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio started production in 2018 and only just released, and I believe 2022, like late 2022. Like that's how long this process is. So what this person is doing, he's not actually doing traditional stop motion. He all this is done in Blender, but it's creating the illusion that this is all like a claymation from like Santa Claus is coming to town and stuff like that. It's got that very much thing. So instead of trying to make it like motion, he's just kind of doing like more like a slideshow effect where like it's very still. There's not a ton of movement, but it's still portraying that stop motion feel to it, and I feel it does it very well. Again, stop motion is a grueling and very, very long process, but this is a good way of getting this concept out there and getting it long without spending a million fucking dog years like creating this thing. So just want to clarify that. But again, all this stuff was made in Blender, so not to say, oh, because all these sets weren't physically made, that means it's not better. That's not the case at all. This has a tremendous amount of work in it, and the creator should be very proud of himself.
His very own photo camera. Kalen loved the camera so much that he took it out every day, snapping photos of anything he could. A picture here, a picture there, until one day a terrible accident happened. And the camera.
Again, the music is very good. Like, it's very much that nostalgic, like, early, like, stop motion feel, like, with these cheap stop motion shows. Like, the music is accurate. The narrator is great. I'll put his links in the description below. Very just like, if there's no multiple voice actors because that would involve money. So these productions back in the day just had the narrator pretty much do all the voices and stuff, like a story teller type of feel.
Broke. Kalen didn't sleep a wink. Haunted by thoughts of his once perfect camera late into the night. That was when a sudden sound caught his attention.
I love the shakiness of it. It's like, oh, like I'm talking over it, so it's not scary. But like, if you're just watching, it's just pure silence. It's also very atmospheric too, because you can hear the TV static in the background. So like, this is great immersion. Like, it's like you're sitting down as a kid and watching something on an old TV. Like, this just feels very real to me. I mean, I'm watching this on a computer, so obviously, like, there's some caveat. But like, if you were able to put this video on like a old CRT TV, like, it would just be haunting.
And there stood, on the other side of Kalen's bedroom window, a large winged creature. "Hello there, young lad," greeted the creature. "I'm the Kipsneed, your sleep fairy." "Sleep fairy?" "That is correct," replied the Kipsneed. "My job is to make sure you get a good night's sleep, but it's come to my attention that you haven't been resting at all lately. I'd like to know the reason why." Kalen had never heard of a sleep fairy. "My parents told me not to talk to strangers." "Strangers? I'm no stranger. I know all the girls and boys round the globe. I know their parents, their homes, their names. Why, I even know your name, Kalen. Now, would a stranger know your name? Kalen thought on it for a moment.
It's also kind of got like a lesson, like a lot of these tried to portray, like a lot of these stop motion TV films. It's like, all right, this is made for kids, so there has to be a lesson in every single episode, kind of thing. So this one is about stranger danger, and it's a really fucked up tale. I mean, honestly, if you show this to a kid, they'll never talk to another stranger again, probably. But yeah, again, I love the atmosphere at the room and stuff like that, and the models are extremely well done. Like I like this the kids model. It's very, very reminiscent of like the early days of stop motion and stuff. He kind of looks like a Moral Oral a little bit. But yeah, let's continue.
No, I guess not. If you must know why I'm awake. It's my camera. It's broken. And just like that, tears welled up in Kalen's eyes. Let me see.
Yeah, this creature design is like very much like really good too, because it's supposed to portray like that, like, oh, we just kind of threw this together thing, but it still looks good, like that in a positive way, because a lot of these productions were just like, I don't this is coming out in a week, we need to make something, so like they just like, I don't know, let's put this thing with wings or whatever. But this is also thing is like very unnerving with like the silent pauses and stuff like that, and the persistence, like, let me take you away, I'm not a stranger. Like, it's just genuinely unnerving. This dude did a great job.
Then the Kipsnede had an idea. Why don't I get this camera fixed for you? Perhaps that would help you sleep easier. You could do that? Of course, and I know just the place. A factory in my homeworld. I'll lead you to the portal. Just follow my voice. And the Kipsnede disappeared into the night.
Like, good, just looking at the camera. Please help.
Kalen followed close behind the Kipsnede, snapping photos to mark the way.
The framing is also very well done. I mean, this shot is like, it's got some talent behind it. Like, his framing is really good in this, like the boys, small subject matter, and like the huge forest in the background, and like that feeling of the night sky, like it's dark out, like it's dark. If you've ever been in like the woods at night or something like that, that feeling where you're just like, oh Jesus Christ, I don't know where I am.
Snapping photos to mark the way in case of getting lost.
Also, I like how it still has like the broken camera effect to it.
Over here.
And all the photos are like realistic and not cartoony.
At last, Kalen reached a house.
Also, just the atmosphere of the house. Again, it's portraying like when you're a little kid, everything seems bigger and you seem so small. Like the kid right there, look at him. He's like a tiny little thing compared to this giant like house. Also, I like how this is shot in 4x3 or presented in 4x3. Just a quick rundown if you don't know what 4x3 is. 4x3 basically was it's the aspect ratio that they would use for television and stuff, because TVs were like really small back in the day. Now we have 16:9, which is your traditional widescreen stuff. So instead of stretching out the image, because that would just look awful, just if you've ever seen the Dragon Ball Z, like like they use those original orange boxes, they just stretch out the image and it looks terrible. Instead of doing that, there's compromises in presenting it as its original 4x3 ratio. 4x ratio look, so those are the black bars at the end, so it feels like a timely old piece of entertainment. All right. Again, I love this, dude. This is such a good creative voice, because now you're just like
seems quite abandoned. thought the boy. And dark. But there was the Kip Sneed's voice again, beckoning. The portal to my home world's inside. Come along.
Just
I must have my camera fixed.
Just the woods in the background, just like...
So,
so accurate.
in spite of his obvious fright, Kalen marched into the home.
Now the narrator's dialogue is just so, like, now it's dreary and stuff like that. Like, there's a switch. And the Tiny Toe TV logo disappears from the right-hand corner. These are almost shot like crime scene photos. Oh, fuck that. The music's so good. God, that's fucking unnerving. Just a quick commentary on that. I love, like, this kind of works better than, like, if it was actually, like, in motion instead of just still frames at a time. The still frames at a time just really drag out the tension and stuff like that. It's actually very, very well done. And the fact that it doesn't end with your generic, like, analog horror jump scare, you know what I mean? Where it's, like, the black and white filter and, like, a still image. Just like, now you have seen hell. You will die. And that, like, automated fucking voice thing. Because that's been overdone to death. I don't even think this is... I mean, it is analog horror in a way, but it's its own kind of short horror film production thing. But it still has analog aspects to it that seems very inspired by analog horror. But I would classify this as its own thing. And I hope we see more of this, either from this creator or other people, because this is genuinely unnerving and really, really well done.
Some weeks later, authorities discovered the basement. The rest of the boy was never found.
And it just fucking ends there. I mean, Braden, I believe that's Braden Ortzid and Richard Stippard. Excellent, excellent fucking job. Very well done. The score was actually pretty well. I didn't know he scored this. That's very impressive. And he basically did everything except voice the damn thing. But this is incredibly well done. I mean, it's just like, this is what I need, you know? Like, a lot of analog horror now is just a lot of, like, look at spooky image. Look at oh, it's pretty, loud noise. Oh. It's pretty spooky. Whereas this is, like, more of a traditional, like, short horror film and stuff. And even if this is just a one-off, like, that's perfectly fine, too. I don't know. I thought my theory initially was going to be that, like, you know, this is, like, the cartoon world is portrayed by the child's point of view, but when he takes pictures, it is reality. So who could the fairy be besides? Like, the only theory is, like, the fairy was just an old, strange stranger trying to kill the boy. Like, obviously, the boy dies at the end. I mean, that's apparent. But, like, or we just take it at face value. But that's the only really theory you could just derive from this. There's nothing, or I can't see anything else into it. I would love to interview the creator if he ever wants to do that. I'm completely free. maybe I'll reach out. I don't know. I'm not really a popular YouTuber, so he probably doesn't want to talk to me. But regardless, this is very, very well done. This is so good, especially the narrator at the end, just being like, and then the boys' remainings were never found. Like, oh, that's just such a great gut punch. This is a good lesson for kids. Show this to your kids. It will traumatize them 1000%, but they'll never talk to strangers again. But yeah, I don't think there's much after this. Is a license thing. All right, cool. Animated in Blender. Yep. So, Grumbled Inc. That's a name to remember. I'm subscribed to him currently. I believe he's going to make better productions. This came out 2 months ago. As far as I know, he has nothing else planned. I can't really find any social media besides his Newgrounds account, which is Newgrounds account. It's just this video. But I hope we see more. And he's slowly increasing in subscriber count and view count, so I think he's gunning to make more and stuff. I think this is the end of our video here. I think this is fantastic. Please, again, I told you to watch it before. Watch it again. Hell, watch it a million times. This creator 100% deserves your support. So watch his video, give him views, but also give me views. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been another Horror Reactions, and I promise in the next one of these videos, my room will be clean. I promise. You can hold my toes to the fire with that one. I think that's the way it goes. I don't know. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my other channel, Black Hudson, where I do live streams every Tuesday or Thursday with my friend Peter, and we create a bunch of content there. We recently did a Prime Video tier list that I edited. I'm very proud of that video. Please go check it out. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Adios.